You're watching Al Jazeera, and these are some of the stories we're covering. A man suspected of being the 11th member of a U.S. spy ring allegedly working for Russia has been arrested and released on bail in Cyprus. Russia's foreign ministry has called allegations of spying against its nationals baseless and says it's a throwback to the Cold War. Glenmore Trenier-Harvey is a former British intelligence officer.
It's classic, almost John le Carré stuff of brush passes, dead letter drops, assuming legends and such like. However, there is an overlay of the digital age. They are using Wi-Fi, their own private Wi-Fi, and something called steganography, which buried, as anyone knows when you send an email with an attachment, a photographic attachment, buried inside that photograph in the equivalent a digital microdot is information that they could send back to Moscow.
There's been another general strike in Greece in opposition to the austerity measures being pursued by the government of George Papandreou. He says Greece has to bring its deficit under control, a precondition for emergency support from the IMF and EU. But the strikes and protests are disrupting tourism, a sector that needs to stay strong if the Greek economy is to recover. The security situation in Afghanistan is tenuous and there's tough fighting ahead. That's the analysis from the man who's expected to be confirmed as the new commander of international forces there, General David Petraeus. In the country itself, police have fought with angry students at a madrasa or religious school on the outskirts of Kabul. The clashes began a few hours after Afghan intelligence forces accompanied by foreign troops raided a madrasa in the middle of the night. The U.S. Supreme Court has ruled that citizens throughout the country have the right to own a gun. The ruling said states and cities cannot bar Americans from owning firearms. Kath Turner reports.
Gun control has long been one of the most heated and divisive issues in the United States, and it promises to stay that way. This latest Supreme Court ruling is a hugely symbolic victory for supporters of gun rights and could trigger more legal challenges to tough gun control laws across the country. Kath Turner, Al Jazeera, New York.
You can find the latest on all those stories and more at aljazeera.net/English.